Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. Now, for the benefit of those of you who are not familiar with the channel or watching this channel for the very first time, the reason why it's called Uncommon Sense because here on this platform, we talk about everyday issues where we try to find logical solutions. But not everyone uses logic. For that reason, it is called Uncommon Sense. I want to let everybody know that I'm currently live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch, and the subscriber mode has been enabled, meaning that if you're not a subscriber and if you wish to enter a comment in the chat, you need to subscribe to the channel. And I see I have my dear friend Gigi in the chat. Good evening. Thank you very much for stopping by. Okay. Let's see. Oops. Okay. So, as always, I want to give a huge shout out to all those who have already subscribed to the channel. Whether you've been a subscriber from the very beginning or just recently, I really appreciate all the love and all the support all you've given me. Also, want to give a huge shout out to all those who follow me on social media. I also want to give a huge shout out to all those who allowed me to enter new devices, and a huge shout out to all those who follow me in the clouds. Also, being that tomorrow is my birthday, somebody have already expressed good happy birthday wishes. So I really appreciate all the love and all the support all of you have given me. So what I'm going to ask you to do is the following. If you have not done so, I'm going to ask you to please subscribe, like, and hit the bell notification to all. So therefore, whenever I do produce content, unlike a certain individual that privacy is stuff after it airs, it's there for everyone to see. You have the opportunity to watch it either live or watch it in the playback. So this is going to be, I think, a very interesting episode. Before we get into the episode, we're going to have another episode of What the Heck This Is. Okay, now this unique What the Heck This Is recipient is someone that's a little different. Okay, good. I see we have Irby in there. Good evening, Irby. Thank you very much for stopping by. Now, what I'm going to do is, okay, I came across a video that Didi created regarding a certain individual. Okay, here we go again. Who made some crazy statements. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share the video, and then we can judge for ourselves. So what I'm going to do is start my showing. Okay, what I'm going to do is show my screen. Okay. So, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute myself and then show the idiot. Makes the state fair use, fair use, fair use. This is just a critique regarding a video that was shown earlier today.
Why don't you take showers? Not once have I ever heard an actual good, reasonable reason for people to shower. Showering, people shower because it's a trend. People shower because it's a trend. It's not something that needs to be done. It's not something that we can. It's not like drinking food or water. It's not something that we. I'm sorry. It's not something that we actually need. It's just something that people do. It's a trend.
Listen, I'm going to have to stop her right there because, listen, let me tell you one thing. Baby, I need to take a shower or a bath. I needs to clean myself. Now, if you're one of those people who think that you don't need a bath, you don't need to clean your body, you don't need to wash yourself, hey, do you, be you.
I wouldn't touch you with a 39.5-foot pole.
But baby, as long as there's soap and water, I need to use it and clean myself. You know, cleanliness is the next thing to godliness. You need to clean yourself. And if you don't clean yourself, you know what's going to happen? Then you are going to start to smell. And nobody else wants to be around you when you're smelling wicked like that.
Hello, MTV Cribs. This is my shower because I'm one big dirty bitch and I need the best to clean.
And listen, no shade, but if you're walking around thinking that cleaning yourself and taking a bath or taking a shower is a trend, I'm glad she's letting people know so people know to avoid that area. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not going to smell too great. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. And it may even affect other things going on in your life too. If you're walking around and you're not bathing and you're just smelling all over the place. I'm just saying, baby, you can't make this up. Let's continue.
People do it because other people do it. A lot of things people do is because other people do it. To be honest, people like to follow the trend. Someone else doing it and everybody else doing it. I want to do it. I want to fit in. I want to do it. It's just kind of like with Jordan shoes. What is so special about Jordan shoes? And me, myself, I was guilty of it because I used to want it. So I remember I was desperate to get some Jordan shoes. And when I got them bitches was ugly, but I still wore them just to fit in. So I lost that mentality a long motherfucking time ago. Fuck fitting in, fuck what people think. But everybody has the mentality of wanting to follow the trend. So that's why a lot of people do it. And I'm speaking facts, even though people are going to laugh, people are going to think I sound dumb. I'm speaking facts because think to yourself. You have to think to yourself, why do I shower? Why do I bath? Why do I do it? What am I getting out of doing this?
You're getting a clean body. What do you mean? You're washing off the germs and the micro bugs that are on your skin and your body. If you put a microscope to your body and you see all the little things that could be crawling on you from throughout your day, when you take a number one or number two, there are lots of reasons why you should be cleaning your body. You just gonna walk around and not clean that and just be stinking all over the place? Come on now. It shouldn't be a trend, baby. If you are walking around and you thinking that cleaning yourself is a trend, please unthink that. Just do away with that and know that it is a necessity to clean your body. I'm just saying. When I see some people out here walking around with gloves on, I get it. It might look crazy. It might seem weird, but these people are trying to avoid these germs and the bacteria that can be all around. And you mean to tell me you don't get up and think that washing your body and washing your skin on a daily basis is important and it's not a necessity? It's a trend? Baby, we got to do better. I'm just saying. Let's continue.
Am I going to starve if I don't take a bath? Am I going to die if I don't take a bath? It's not a necessity like food and water. Basically, you're just wasting your own water bill.
Listen, y'all let me know what she think. Baby, there was some comments about this lady that said, they could see why she don't take baths.
Now, the video speaks for itself. First of all, bathing a trend? Make that make sense, people. Make that make sense. First of all, let's be real. After a day or two, yes, it is important. After a day or two, if you do not bathe, you're going to smell. Okay? Not only are you going to smell, you can expose yourself to germs if you do not bother to bathe yourself. Okay. Now I don't know what this dick soy chick is thinking about. Okay. But I'm sorry, bathing is not a trend. Bathing is a necessity. Okay. I mean, because look, every day we sweat. Every day we get exposed to germs. Every day, we have to deal with all the stuff that's out there. Okay. And you mean you're going to come home to your place and you're not going to bathe and you're going to go back outside? Make that make sense, people. Make that make sense. That is the most idiotic, moronic thing I have ever heard. Okay. And based on the comments in the chat, I would say that most of you agree with me on that. Okay. And let's say you're trying to find a man, okay, to date you, whatever. No dude wants to date a smelly chick, okay? Particularly if you don't wash down there, if you know what I mean. Who wants to go out with a chick that smells like raw fish, especially down there? I mean, I'm sorry, but not sorry. Bathing is important. It is important. And that's why I decided, you know what? She's going to be the recipient of the what the heck it is reward. Okay. It's just that it makes no sense whatsoever. Okay. We all need to bathe. We all need to bathe. Okay. And for this chick to talk about, it's a necessity. There's no makes no sense that you're wasting your water bill. Excuse me. I think there is a padded cell waiting for her in the future. But that being said, we're going to get into the topic, which is tonight. Excuse me. Excuse me. Tonight we're going to have what's called open discussion. Now, what is open discussion? Basically, I'm going to be discussing things that are on my mind. And of course, I will ask the audience if they want anything want me to talk about. But it has to be within reason. It cannot be talk about anyone being, thank you. It cannot be slandering people or what have you, and what have you. Now, the first thing we're going to talk about is the fact that King Macho, the first, his channel was taken off of YouTube. Okay, I just found out. In fact, it was yesterday when I was watching one of Don Amando's lives. I got a message. I think it was in Facebook Messenger, telling me that King Macho's channel has been removed. And it's like, really? So what I did was I tried to take a look, and yes, his channel was removed. Now, no one knows why his channel was removed. I can only speculate that in some way, okay, and again, it's alleged because we don't know for sure. Okay, I want to state alleged because we don't have the facts. But I mean, the only reason I can see that YouTube will remove a channel from the platform is regarding alleged allegations against the community standards that exist. Okay, so which it could and there's from what I understand it, there are many ways where your channel. Okay. Well, question is it the same channel? If it's the same name or is it a different name? Okay. But like I said before, I want to make this perfectly clear. I'm saying alleged. I'm not saying definite. First of all, because I have no evidence, and I don't like to speculate on stuff that I don't have evidence for. I mean, but something happened. Something happened. Why? I have no idea. I don't know, and I'm not going to pretend to know. Okay. I do know that from time to time, uh, that some channels get deleted for alleged violations of their community standards. Okay, no problem. I mean, look, I have seen some of this content. I mean, look, I will say this. I don't want to say anything negative about another creator. Let's just say his content is different. I understand that he's trying to create a channel for Dominicans to be proud of themselves. That's fine. Okay. And I always believe that I always believe that on your platforms, you dictate how you. Well, you know what? Look, as far as anyone making allegations about me, I will say I approve it or shut up. That's all I'm going to say. I have seen it. I have seen it a couple times, GT. All I'm going to say is it's not necessary my cup of tea, but you know what? To each one's own. So we're going to go into the next topic. Why creators act foolishly. Okay. Anyone that's been around these YouTube streets, you know what? Good luck. That's what I'm going to say. Good luck. Okay. But we have seen, you know, if anyone that's been on this platform for any length of time, they see certain YouTube creators that act foolishly. I've seen YouTube creators that turn their platforms into an echo chamber. I see YouTube creators that actually made very inflammatory remarks against other people. I've seen YouTube creators make racist remarks against individuals. And my thing is this. Again, I don't police what other people do on their platforms. However, one thing that we have to bear in mind, that when we decide to create a channel, there's certain guidelines we need to follow. Okay. And among the guidelines, we cannot say any hate speech. We cannot threaten anybody. We cannot libel against anybody. So, and of course, what happens is when you do that, YouTube will act accordingly. No, I'm not. No, I didn't forget the cloud of the. I didn't forget the cloud change. That's true. That's true. Now, speaking about acting foolishly, okay, I see that I continue to live rent free in one individual's pathetic mind, okay, and I actually caught the stream, okay. All I'm gonna say is, it's very easy to talk trash about someone and then private the stream. Okay, that's very cowardly in my book. I mean, if you're going to say what you're going to say it open and keep it there for everyone to see. Why are you going to private your stuff after the thing is over? After the stream is over? I mean. And I stand by what I said. I stand by my words. Okay. Unlike a certain individual, I don't private my stuff. Okay. I think out of all the videos and streams that I did, I think I might have either deleted or privated, mm, maybe two or three. Okay. And the reason why I did that, it was okay. So, and the reason why, because in my judgment, it was the appropriate decision to make. Okay. But if you take a look, I mean, 98% of my stuff is still there. Okay. I don't usually do reaction videos for the most part. I might do one here and I might do one there. Okay. Those of you who have followed me, some from the very beginning, know that I conduct a an open forum channel where everyone is allowed to express their point of views as long as they're mutually respectable with each other and with me. When they decide not to do that, then what's going to happen is they'll get a warning, and then if they don't comply, guess what? You get blocked. It is that simple. Okay. So and as long as we have platforms like YouTube, Rumble, and other types of social media, as long as we have those type of platforms, we're gonna have people who are gonna make a complete jackass of themselves. Okay, so all I can say is just make sure that you have your popcorn ready to see people make a complete ass of themselves. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna be talking about, our mayor in Latin America. Now, Eric Aaron's had the idea of going to Mexico and I think Ecuador, um, to try to understand the reason why um, the migrants or the asylum seekers or whatever you want to call these individuals are coming here to the United States. Okay. Now, I have said this before and I'll say it again. I don't have a problem per se helping people who are in need. However, we must never forget that we have our own citizens that are in need as well. Okay. And this whole business of inviting everybody to come to New York and then having to provide uh, rooms and food and allow the children to attend school and free medical care and what have you, all at our expense. Meanwhile, we have thousands of our own people who are not being tended to. That's where I have a problem. And I have said this before, and I'll say it again. The way this migrant crisis has been poorly managed. Okay, what I would have done is the following: if I was the president, well, I would say, okay, each state would get a certain number of migrants or refugees or whatever you want to classify these people. Each state would get a certain number. Okay. Once that state reaches its capacity, that's it. We don't take any more of these people. I'm sorry, you will have to go elsewhere. Okay. Now I understand, people want to come to the United States, but I mean, when we are spending money that we don't have to take care of these people, and then you have people who are being neglected. I mean, what? I remember something that my mom, God rest her soul, used to say to me when she was alive. You don't take away food from your own children to feed other children. Okay. Well, again, I am sympathetic to these people. Most of these people, are good, decent people. Um, They're trying to escape whatever situation is happening in their native countries and what have you. I get it. Unfortunately, you have some people who are not so wonderful. Okay. And the fact of the matter is we're letting in thousands of these people come in here. There's no way to properly vet these people, okay, as far as making sure they don't have any communicable diseases or they don't have any criminal records and things of that nature. Okay. I mean, the fact of the matter is, under normal circumstances, okay, before you let anyone enter into your country, you make sure that these people are not going to put your citizens at risk or expose your citizens to any sort of a disease. Okay. Again, my heart does goes out to these people, but we have to do things the right way. And unfortunately, they didn't think this through. And we're going to be dealing with these people for years. Okay. I mean, look, for municipal workers that are actually working with these people, okay, they're making money in overtime, okay, and of course, it will help their pensions when it comes time to retire. But it comes a point when you cannot take any more of those people. I'm sorry, but we cannot save everybody. We are not the savior of the world. Okay, we need to take care of our people too. So now the next thing that I going to talk about is the fact that Kevin McCarthy was removed in his role as speaker. And I see there's a oops. Okay, this. Yeah, you know what? I have to, let me tell you something. And I've been dealing with these individuals off and on for a year. So I will have to agree with you. That they did not think about this. They did not think about this carefully. Okay. And it is unfortunate. First of all, because the fact that you have thousands of people who are far from their home, and let's keep it real, it takes a while to adjust to a new country. Okay, and unfortunately, some of these people has already developed a sense of entitlement. Okay, um, let me just give you a case in point. About 8 months ago, in the middle of winter, there was a young migrant mother that took her toddler son outside without a coat. So I asked the mother, why is her child without a coat? Yeah. So you know what was the mother's response was? Why I needed to know. How about the fact that I can report you to infant to children's services? What about the fact that as a municipal employee, I'm a mandated reporter? What about the fact that you're endangering the welfare of your infant child by having him go outside in the middle of winter without a bloody coat on? Okay? Again, let me make this perfectly clear. Not all of them have this sense of entitlement. Some are, unfortunately. But let's go back to the front one. Of course, something happened that has not happened in a long time. Catherine McCarthy was ousted as the Speaker of the House. Unfortunately, and this is a situation he created himself. Basically, in order for him to become Speaker, he had to agree that if any member of Congress is displeased with his performance, they can start a process of having him removed. Well, that's what happened. and as a result, he lost his spot as the Speaker of the House. Okay, and this kind of shows you how crazy um, the Republican Party has become. Okay, because instead of working on trying to get some sort of a budget for our country, okay, to run on, and instead of providing for the service that we need, they want to get into petty politics regarding someone because I don't know because they didn't like the way he looked or whatever. So so now they have to find another person who's going to be the next speaker. The question is what's going to be the condition set for this person and what this person's going to have to go through in order to be speaker. I mean, it's a it's a mess, and a lot of these decisions are being made by people who've been in Congress for years, and they've been in it for so long that they lost their touch with dealing with their constituency. I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. I don't think anyone that's 60 or older should be in politics. Okay, first of all, um, we're getting close to retirement age, so you need to think about settling down and what you're going to do as far as your retirement. And also, we need to give young people an opportunity to come up with new ideas or at least have new crooks. But as long as the system is in place, you can have people that could be, in Congress for 20, 30, 40, 50 years and what have you. It's kind of like being Pope. You're in there for life. And I mean, and unfortunately for a lot of these politicians, they've been there so long that they have lost reality, dealing with their constituency. So the next thing I'm going to be talking about is, of course, tomorrow is my birthday. Okay. So I will be 61 years old. As far as how I'm going to celebrate it tomorrow, I really don't have anything particularly in mind. I might treat myself to a meal. Now, what I've done, I bought a couple of things for myself, like a trench coat, a pair of shoes. So the real celebration I'm going to do when I travel. I'm going to be going away for a few days. I'll be in Kansas City attending a Christian conference. So I'm going to be with fellow believers, and it will give me opportunity to fellowship and actually something I haven't done in 4 years, which is fly. Okay, a lot of it has to do with the situation with the COVID-19 pandemic. So so I'm gonna be there for 3 nights. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some time to do some sightseeing regarding some of the things that Kansas City has to offer. I think Kansas City, Kansas is also known as far as barbecue food. So I'm gonna see if I can sample some of that food. Okay. Of course, I will be loading videos and pictures to put on my community board. Um, so in a way, it's like all of you are traveling with me. So I really do. I really am looking forward to this trip. It's something I've been thinking about for over a month, and I'm gonna have fun. Okay. And yes, you have to sometimes spoil yourself a little bit because hey, I mean, if you take good care of yourself, you'll live to be about 70 or 80 years old. So the fact that I'm gonna be 61 tomorrow, uh, that's yes. So yes, I'm gonna be doing a little vlogging, and the fact of the matter is the fact that I outlived several of my siblings. I'm really gonna be I'm really gonna take this time when I'm in Kansas City to celebrate not just my birthday, but the fact that I'm gonna devote some time for me. Okay. So the next thing I'm gonna be talking about. Oh, thank you, Luca. Oh, before I forget, the the link to join the panel has been pinned. If anyone feels comfortable enough about joining me in the panel, they can do so. If you don't feel like doing it, that's okay because not everyone is all that you know anxious to join a panel. Some people just want to watch from the clouds, and some people just want to add good comments. So the next thing I'm going to be talking about, this is a marathon, not a sprint. Now, what do I mean by that? When it comes to being a YouTube creator and trying to develop a successful channel, um, yes, that's definitely the goal. Okay, to try to live as with as little stress as possible. Thank you, Irby, very much. And again, I really appreciate all those who already extended birthday wishes to me. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Now, as far as what I mean, right, this is a marathon, not a sprint. It takes time to create a credible channel that's not devoted to drama, that's not devoted to, um, you know, attacking people, whatever. Okay. Um, there'll be days where people are going to be, watching my streams. There'll be days when hardly anybody watch my streams. Okay. It's all good. Okay. Because the thing is, you have to be consistent and do so every week or every couple of weeks. How many streams you should do, that's totally up to you. Okay. Thank you, Kim Macho. So there's gonna be highs and lows, and there's gonna be days when you're gonna struggle to try to come up with content. There's gonna be days where okay, well, I didn't get dark, so okay, but but the fact of the matter is this: the thing to bear in mind is if you are consistent and you remain true to yourself, you will become a successful YouTube creator. Okay. So, and the fact that I have 234 subs generically, that means a lot to me. Okay. First of all, um, I'm not very high tech. Okay. I've learned to do a couple of things. I still need how to know how to edit. Okay. So I have to try to find some sort of like an app or something I can use to edit my streams and what have you. But the fact of the matter is that week in and week out, I have a following of, okay. That's a good question. I don't think I've been doxxed, but you know what? Well, at this point, I'm gonna. I mean, look, I've been using my proper name for the last 2 years. I guess what? I guess what the next what I'll do? Call myself the 10th mother. I mean, that's what I mean. Well, you know what? This is my thing. Um, my haters can just keep hating. Okay, excuse me. I am not going to go away. I'm here for the time that God has allowed me to be here. Okay? I'm going to continue to create content. I'm going to continue to maintain a safe space for everyone to share their point of view. And if we disagree, that's perfectly fine. Um, we can learn from disagreements. Okay, I have not always agree with the people that's in the chat. I have not always agreed with people who've been on the panel. Okay, but I have learned. You know what? All I can say is good luck. Good luck. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. Because first of all, I know the type of person I am, and also I happen to belong to a very strong union that looks up to members. So it is what it is. Which brings me to the next topic. Let the circus be the circus. Okay. Now, what do I mean by that? In other words, if people want to act stupid, if people want to trash my name and what have you, yeah, well, first of all, look. Okay, oops. Okay, I don't know what the heck happened here, but okay. Look, when it comes to certain individuals that that have mental issues, um, just you cannot always take them seriously. And I have a reputation already that's been well established here for these over 2 years. Okay. I have a reputation of being a reasonably decent person. I have a reputation of being a fair person. I have a reputation of being respectable um, to all sorts of people, even those who hate watch me or say nasty stuff about me. Okay, I have never really gone personal on anybody. First of all, that's not my way. That's not my style. Okay. Um, and also part of it, yeah, you know what? I'm sure some of them, yeah, I'm sure. But you know what? So be it. And let me tell you something. When you have people that constantly talk about me, what you're doing is you're giving me free press, which makes no sense. Unless you want to give me free publicity, I say go ahead. Talk about me all you want, okay? Uh, Whether, whoever it may be. And I know a certain individual, he did a stream, which guess what was privated after it finished, talking smack about me. All right, fine, go ahead, give me free. Let's see what else. Yeah, look, the fact of the matter, um, you're going to deal with people. Okay, now before I continue, let me just state that the views of those who appear on the panel, not necessarily those of the host and the channel. Any attempt to copy the material without the consent of the host is prohibited. By appearing on the call, you waive your right to your image. Some of the views before a call might be considered offensive to some viewers. If you do not like the channel content, you can block the channel. And now we're going to welcome my first guest. Good evening.
Good evening, Don Jose. How you doing?
Okay, it is now 76 days until the first day of winter.
Well, I wanted to call up. I wanted to call up to say happy birthday. I understand that
Thank you.
this is this is your birthday, so I wanted to make sure I said that. But please, pretty please, don't start with the whole weather talk. I mean, I'm gonna need to go and get a hot bath. You start talking about your beloved snow and cold and ah. Oh, please don't start.
Well, actually, tonight is a open discussion. So I'm just basically talking about a few things that are on my mind. One of them is, of course, tomorrow is my birthday, but I'm really going to be celebrating it when I'm in Kansas City.
Oh, okay, okay. So you already have your plans there. Yeah, I thought that it was tonight, and maybe during the weekend you were gonna be planning something, but you already have travel plans and all. That's good. That's good.
Yeah. So
Oh,
first of all, I'm going to be staying 3 nights in Kansas City, and I'm going to be trip spoiling myself. And first of all, I'm going to be traveling first class.
oh, nice, nice. I haven't been in first class in a long time. There was I had a chance to do that when I went to one of the times when I went to Puerto Rico. I did have a chance. It's nice. I mean, more comfortable seats. You actually get kind of catered to. You got a menu. You can get something to eat. You can get some champagne, or you can get some other type of liquor, and that's complimentary. It's nice. It's nice.
And plus, they're the first ones to board the plane.
Yeah, and the first ones to get out of the plane. That too.
That's true.
Yep, that's good. That's good. What's going on, Irby? Hey,
Yeah.
Golden. Yes, yes. That's good.
Yes. So what's on your mind, Ramon?
Well, I mean, Friday night, I didn't have any plans, so figured that I might come up and give you a shout out and and like talk to you guys a little bit. And I see, I'm seeing the comments. Is this the real macho? Is this the real thing? Because I hear a lot about you. I haven't talked to you in a long time, and I see that you have the flag. It just so happens. Let me show you something. There. Hang on. I'm gonna be looking at something because I want to be able to see what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
ju-
by the way, I have the air conditioning on in the living room
I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why you're doing that.
because I'm
Uh,
hot.
I don't see what you're hot about. Yeah, yeah, because I see. Sí, yo soy real, hey macho, mi coño. Yeah, it just so happens that you put out the flags. Let me show something. Yeah,
Mhm.
look at what's behind me. Look at what's behind
Yes.
me. Yeah, there is a reason that I have that. So it's not. It might seem like pure coincidence. I mean, yeah, I'm Puerto Rican, but there is a reason why I have that flag up there too. I mean,
Yes.
I have a stake. I have a stake in the DR too. So
Yes.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I hope that you're doing well too. I mean, I hear things because you are
Okay.
a controversial guy, my dude. But I hope that you're doing well though.
Yeah. Well, you know what? And I said this before, and I'll say it again. How people govern their platforms, that's totally up to them. Okay. The only thing to be mindful of that we have to, conform to the guidelines of YouTube.
Hmm. Well, yeah, yeah. I mean, it, I don't know. I don't know. Man, it's becoming when it comes to YouTube, it is becoming more and more restrictive when it comes to expressing oneself. When it comes to there is no real freedom of speech. I get it. It is a privately owned platform. You can use it for public purposes, but because it is privately owned, they kind of what they allow to be put on the platform. Uh, and I mean, I get it. Uh, it's unfortunate, but that should give us reason to consider other platforms. Hopefully, Rumble stays fairly open to freedom of speech and seeing it as an alternative for more controversial things. So,
Mhm. Yeah. Well, one thing that I said before, I mean, look, when it comes to channels that try to produce um, content that's not controversial, that people are not yelling, screaming, what have you, it takes a longer time for them to grow and develop.
mhm,
Okay,
okay.
I mean, take a look. Take a look at my platform. I only have 234 subs, so it's
Mhm,
just that. I
mhm.
mean, with the exception of a couple streams, I mean, most of it is pretty, you know, quiet.
Well, you have enough subscribers to have haters. I don't really have haters. That means that I'm not doing well enough. So, and it's kind of okay because I like peace of mind. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, look, but one thing I've been disappointed is our sports teams. I mean, look,
Mhm.
both the Yankees and the Mets did terrible this year.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay, okay. Well, I mean, you do have plenty to be proud of because the teams, particularly the Yankees, they have a very storied they have they're a very storied franchise. Everybody knows that. So
Yeah,
hey, maybe they didn't do so well this season. They may do well the next one.
yeah. Good evening, Joaquin. Thank you very much for stopping by.
Yeah.
But one thing, there is one topic I would like to discuss, um, which is there selected censorship on YouTube? But for that, I will want to invite certain individuals who
Mhm.
their point of view I do respect. I know that the people I'm thinking about have been very uh, busy, so I will have to wait until the time is right. Because
Mhm.
the timing and the season for everything. I mean, look, it took me quite a while before I was able to get Christina on my platform.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Because she's kind of like she's a little bit elusive, but she has been putting up new content on one of her channels because of things that have to do with her travels. So I mean, she's not completely disappeared. But it's just that she's not. doing live streams like she used to, and I keep kind of like sending her a message every now and then. Hey, girl, what are you doing? When are you gonna be doing a live stream? Come on. And she's like,
Um,
well, I don't know. She never knows.
well, in all fairness, I think she's gotten a little gun shy because some of those streams
Mhm.
have gone, off the rail. Good evening, Don Armando. Um, I mean, this is some of the things that we talked about when she was here in New York, and some of the
Mhm.
things that she can do to try to bring some control into her streams because some of them,
Well, yeah, I have my recommendations. I mean, it's not nothing too difficult. It's a matter of just taking some control and laying down, listing out what the rules are gonna be, and I thought, oh, look, it's your platform. They need to respect your house. There are certain types that don't respect their damn thing. But you were saying, my bad, I interrupted.
no, so I can understand why she's a little gun shy, okay, because, and you know, and the fact of the matter, she is a very sweet person, and sometimes people take advantage of sweet people.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yes, they do.
You know, and then and let's also keep it real. You have some guys who get very thirsty at her.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, a lot of guys that don't know how to talk to women and they're not used to talking to women at all. Because they are doing that on their phones, and they feel a bit too comfortable showing their thirstiness. Uh, uh,
Yeah,
they just don't know how to act. So,
yeah,
like,
and
how old are these kids? They don't know how to talk to a chick.
well, there's lots of reasons why some of these people may not have a good positive male fatherly figure in their lives.
Mhm.
Okay, so when you have people like that, I mean, what you're gonna get is you're gonna get males who don't know how to properly just have a conversation with a lady other than trying to get into her pants.
Mhm. Mhm. Right.
So, I, that's and it's sad, but what can you do? I mean, the best thing you do is just avoid them like the plague. Like in my case, avoid them like I avoid a heat wave.
Yes.
So when you gonna be doing another stream?
The last few days have been really something. So I haven't been. I've been doing through some personal stuff, and I have been a bit stressed out. So I haven't gotten into my mind to make some time for a live stream. So I should be coming out with something soon. If it doesn't happen during this weekend, then sometime next week. It's just that there are other things that are really heavy, weighing heavy on my mind right now. So that's gonna have to wait a little bit. But in the meantime, I'll try to show some support to other content creators like yourself and our friends. I mean, people that we know. I mean, like Don Armando. I see Don Armando in the chat. I know. I saw the notification about your interview and I missed it. So yeah. But I do see your notices. So
Yeah.
yeah, I know that you were
I
doing
did.
something earlier.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I did see part of the interview. I couldn't see the whole thing because I have to get ready for my stream. One thing, and actually, Xtina mentioned, about me is that I managed to remain consistent, for the last 2 years.
Mhm.
And if
Yeah.
you look, and that's the key, to be consistent, whether it be once a week, once every couple of weeks, or what have you. I know it's easier said than done because look, we both have jobs, we both have responsibilities, okay, and sometimes there are things that require our immediate attention.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Life. To sum it up, life happens, and one has to tend to it. But
Yes,
yeah, I mean, doing this live stream, sometimes one has something inside one chest that one would like to be able to express out. Because sometimes you keep things inside, and that's only gonna hurt you. You don't keep things all balled up inside, because it can hurt you. It can hurt you. It's not. It can be detrimental. So sometimes it's good if it's something that you're comfortable talking it out, expressing it out. That could help. That could help because I mean, you put it on a live stream as a subject that is important to you, and you talk about it, and you could actually feel better about it. So it's not
yeah,
always good to just keep it in. I mean, if something that you're comfortable talking about it, then try and do that. So, and that's something that I might need to take my own advice about because I don't follow it. I tend to keep a lot of things inside, and it can eat me up. I can feel like it's eating me up. But yeah, yeah. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I might jump in and I'll do a quick live stream or a premiere or something pre-recorded when I can figure it out. I have an idea of how to do that. So I could do that too. Hmm.
well, I'm gonna be perfectly honest. One person that that we do, that I think we both miss, is our dear friend Denise. I mean, of course, she has her life to lead and she have her responsibilities. But she's deeply missed, and I will say without any hesitation.
Yeah, I mean, well, life is happening for her. Something very important about for her in life is happening for her, and that's why she hasn't been up here doing live streams because yes, there are things that do become more of a priority. So it's understandable.
Yes,
So anytime when she can, she knows that she can make a comeback.
yeah, of course. Look, I know that whenever it is her time, she'll end her YouTube sabbatical, so to speak.
Right, right.
So, and speaking about it, her birthday is next week.
Oh, hers too. Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah,
hers.
I made.
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, her birthday, unless I'm mistaken, is on the 11th, which is Wednesday.
Mm. Oh, I see. I see.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yes.
that's good.
Yeah. In fact, I remember a stream that she did 2 years ago regarding Libras.
Uh, I think my sister is one. And y'all can be difficult
What makes you say that?
because I grew up with one. That's why.
No, we're
Yeah.
we're beautiful people. We're
Of course
wonderful
you.
people.
Yeah, of course you will say that. Well, you could be difficult.
Me? How?
uh, don't play. Don't be playing like you're so innocent.
I mean, come on. I mean, look, I mean, first of all, believe it or not, I'm not that demanding, particularly when I go stay at a hotel. I just want to be treated properly. That's all.
Hmm. Okay, if you say so.
Well,
That part.
in any case, they're gonna have to deal with me for 4 days and 3 nights. So
Oh boy. There are a lot of people are gonna be freezing because of you. Oh boy. I
well,
feel for them.
I mean, look, the fact of the matter is, I'll have my own room, meaning I will be able to set the climate control to my specifications.
All right then. That's good. That's good.
But I'm really looking forward to, and actually, I'm planning to go to Puerto Rico next year.
Oh, very good. Very good.
Yeah, yeah, I have been. I had the last time I was there was in 2007.
Okay, do you have any relatives down there?
I have relatives down there, but it's more like a leisure vacation.
Ah. Okay. Well, if you go down there, don't limit yourself to just San Juan. I mean, try to visit other places outside of Old San Juan or Metropolitan San Juan. I mean,
I'll try. Yeah, I
in
will
the
try to do that.
countryside, and
Of course,
actually try to go to the beach, to a real beach. I mean, not what you have there, that
we
orchard.
have a real beach. We have beaches over. We have
No,
real
no,
beaches
no,
over here in New York.
no, you don't.
First of all, we have Orchard Beach, which is the French Riviera of the Bronx.
No, you don't. No, you don't. That's that's a puddle of mud. What you got there? And
No, I mean
nah, nah.
the sand is pure white. The water is pure blue. I mean,
Okay, well, yeah. Well, it doesn't compare. It doesn't compare to the island. Or try to go to the smaller island municipalities like Culebra or Vieques, or if you go to the west end of the island, you could go to Crash Boat, and you will see what a real beach looks like because you don't know.
we have real
If
beaches.
you if
We
you
have
thi- if you think Orchard Beach is a beach, then you haven't really been to one. That's
I
all
mean,
I
look,
can tell
first
you.
of all, first of all, we have Orchard Beach, we have Brighton
Uh-huh.
Beach, we have Coney Island, and
Those are puddles of mud. So you need to go to a real beach, and that's you can do that while you are in Puerto
and
Rico. Go to a real beach.
and I have to be honest. Okay, we do have a slight mouse problem here in New York.
Don't make me show it. Don't make me say it. Don't make me show it. You're really you're gonna tell me. You're really trying to tell me that there you have a small mousy problem. You're really trying to tell me that.
Well, I have not seen. Okay, I have to admit, I've seen one dead mouse in Parkchester.
Man, the how can I say it? The denial. The denial is something else, no, Jose. Golly.
I mean, we see. I mean, I've seen squirrels and whatnot.
Well, I mean, are you gonna? Would you share? Would you let me share that screen? Would you let me?
Yeah, I know. I know what you're gonna share. I mean, just go ahead.
Okay, because you have to okay it.
I will. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see if I. Okay, let's see if I can. Can
Yeah,
you?
you just have to press on the. Okay, I'm gonna be. Don't don't be taking it down.
Captan a impresionante rata dentro de una tienda en Nueva York. Las ratas se están apoderando de Nueva York. La llamada capital del mundo enfrenta una crisis sanitaria por la gran proliferación de roedores que se dejan ver por toda la ciudad. Un gran ejemplo es esta rata de enorme tamaño captada en el pasillo de un supermercado de Manhattan.
Look at that, that's a possum.
Okay.
Hey.
So we
And
see a couple of small
look at how fat. A small mouse? God damn.
Pese a que hay una fuerte campaña para eliminarlas, según las autoridades sanitarias en Nueva York, se calcula que hay alrededor de 10 millones de roedores en la ciudad, mientras que la población humana es de 8 millones y medio. Por lo tanto, habría más ratas que seres humanos. Tan solo en el 2022 hubo más de 60,000 reportes de ratas en la ciudad, siendo un 102% más que en el 2021. Según expertos, la poca gestión de los desechos y residuos en la ciudad ha hecho que proliferen estos animales que sorprenden tanto a residentes como a turistas.
Oh. Don Jose, are you really? Are you
You know what? I
are
have
you
a
really
feeling
gonna
that we're
be
probably
in
taking,
denial? Talking about little
okay,
mouse.
we're probably taking from another city.
Uh-huh. Okay.
I mean,
okay.
they were probably seen from another city. So, and of course, if you don't clean up you leave garbage, whatever, you're gonna attract mice.
Okay, but that's not mice. That's not mice. Those ate the mice. Those things ate the mice. You're not dealing with no mice. You're dealing with little monsters. You're dealing with mutated rats. Golly.
Okay, look. Okay, I admit we have a couple of somewhat, medium-sized mice.
Okay, Jose, you're gonna be in denial. the denial is not a river in Egypt. That's all I'm saying. Shit. Now speaking, going back to the beaches, because this I find this so disgusting talking about rats. Going back to the beaches, Armando was mentioning Boca Chica. I've been to Boca Chica. It's kind of like in the hood, but it's still okay. Boca Chica is okay because it's close to where a lot of the shacks, the kiosks, where you can eat some good food, even though it is a bit hood. Last time I was there, a fight broke out in Boca Chica.
Okay.
It was a good time still. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're gonna welcome our next guest.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for the intro, Jose. I feel like I'm on the Bill Maher show or something.
Yes, yes. And you walk back from backstage.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
I'm waving at the crowd. I'm getting ready to sit in this chair. They're gonna ask me some hard questions.
Yeah. Well, we just need an audience or something. Kind of like
I know, right? I know. We taping this live on HBO.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Jose. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fine. Just for having another episode, open discussion. So I'm just discussing a couple of things that's on my mind. And of course, I have some haters that I'm living rent free in their pathetic minds.
Well, that doesn't, it doesn't. One thing I think we've all come to learn, especially, me and my boy, Introvert Boricua, Ramon, have discussed. It's people that come on the internet just to be toxic. It's people that come on the internet just to spread negative energy. We can have our disagreements. Sometimes things can be heated, but at the end of the day, we all have a lot of respect for each other. And none of us don't want to see, bad or wish bad on people. But you got to understand the internet has given everybody a voice. And in my personal opinion, there's certain people out there that don't really need voices, but that's what we're that's what we're dealing with. Irby, what's going on with you, brother? How you been, man? How you been? So
Well, look, I have said this before, and I'm going to say it again. If it was left up to me, anyone that's seriously considering about creating a YouTube channel need to have a psychological analysis to see if they're mentally all there.
uh man, that's not gonna happen, Jose. That's
I
not gonna
know.
happen because
That's
it's
a
too much.
little.
Believe me.
That's a little difficult. That's
It's too much money. It's too much money into the traffic of dysfunction. Being online. And a lot of these people that we interact with online, some of these people are the same people we wouldn't even give a second to speak to in our personal lives. So that's what that's just what we're dealing with as far as the way some people are on here. People have their own agendas. It's people that create their spaces out of just being toxic and being negative and trying to put down people. And that's all across the board. We've seen it in every group. It's all across the board. And it's these people are not normal. A lot of these people are not normal.
Yeah, they're not. I mean, let me tell you something. I have dealt. Well, we all. Let me take it back. We have all dealt with our share of people from the circus, and it seems like the circus is ever growing big. It's becoming a five-ring circus, with all the people we have to deal with. And, whether calling us, crazy names or having this spin this a narrative which doesn't exist.
I mean, it's certain things that we'll watch for entertainment, but I think within the last 2 to 3 years that we've been on here, we've run across people like, "Oh, Jesus Christ, you people are ignorant, man. I wish I can slap the ignorance out of you, but I know I can't." But I mean, we've run across those type of people. It's just what it is. Everybody has the right to voice their opinion, even though their opinion may not be worth a penny with a hole in it. They still got that right. Sometimes I can get triggered, especially with certain things people say. I'm trying to really work on that. And one thing that I try to work on too is not falling victim to that algorithm, because if you watch something negative, one or two things negative, then the algorithm starts pushing a lot of negativity towards you. And it'll really alter your perspective on things and kind of alter your mood a little bit if you read that much into it. So,
Well, you know what, Ken, it's a learning process, okay? And the fact of the matter is, um, you know, um, we can continue to learn. And there've been days where we made some stupid mistakes. All of us have, okay? The
mhm.
key is just, to learn from them and not to repeat them.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, I thought about doing a stream, fellas, and I wanted to get you guys' opinion on it because like I like to switch it up. I spoke to introvert Bodiqua before about this. Like, I want to do certain streams. Of course, we can have serious streams, but I want to do certain streams that are fun. And at the end of the day, it's just about good energy and good conversation. And I was thinking about doing a stream called "Top 5 Horror Movies That Dramatized You as a Kid."
That's interesting.
Mm.
Now, in all fairness, I have not watched so many horror movies, so I don't have much of a memory. But I think that would make a great topic. I mean, one thing I noticed about some of these horror movies, it seems like there's always some young couple that get ready to get busy, and just as they start to get busy, the psycho comes up with an axe or a chainsaw or a knife or whatever and stabs the both of them. I don't know if you ever noticed that.
Yeah, and all of the old ones, yeah, definitely. Like especially all of the old Jasons. One of the movies that really messed me up as a kid was The Omen. When I first saw that one, that was really that like you gotta like. Now that I think about it, as I've gotten older, I'm like, none of y'all had no regard. I'll just be looking at the adults in my family, like none of y'all had no regards to what I was watching, what it was going to do, how it was going to fit. None of that. I was just watching everything adults was watching at 6, 7 years old.
But you know
Yeah,
what?
yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
I think what it is that the parents of the day had a different mindset, okay, and maybe they didn't analyze and think about what this type of genre will have an effect on children's minds. I mean,
Right.
and let's keep it real. I mean, the way, like, say, certain generations did parenting, they're different. They're different.
That's true, and it was different times at that time. Now, every generation is supposed to get better than the next, and we have more access to information. Therefore, we're a little bit more knowledgeable than our previous generations of parents that raised us. Um, like, because I remember I was watching as a kid, which is I said this on Ramon's stream, and Blood Moon said I was lying, but no, it was actually the situation of when it was a serial deleter by the name of John Wayne Gacy who was being deleted in Stateville, Illinois, and they had his last like his interviews before his deletion and everything. And I remember watching that as a kid, not really understanding his name or who he was. I just remember that he was dressed. They called him the Killer Clown, and I remember how much that really, really messed me up as a kid, man. Because I was like, "Oh man, he was out here taking out kids. Uh, man, I was gonna be next." I used to always think that as a kid watching all of these things on television. Because when you see those images, they scare the hell out of you.
Well, I remember as a kid, because when I was a kid, I mean, basically it was black and white. But I mean, there was a movie called 13 Ghosts, where you have these different ghosts based on what people imagine. It's an old movie. It's like it's got to be at least a good 50, 60 years old.
Yeah, they remade that. Ramon, do you remember when they remade that? They did. They remade that like in
Oh, familiar.
2001.
Yeah, it sounds familiar. It sounds familiar. A lot of those older horror movies they remake them. It's like the also the Omen itself. It was remade back in 2006.
Yeah, I
Um,
still haven't saw that one. I remember when they
yeah,
made that one too.
yeah, but I remember the original. I did see the original when I was a kid, and yeah, that one did made an impression because I wasn't around when The Exorcist came out. Now, The Exorcist that's like the granddaddy of of them all when it comes to scary movies because that's the one that will make people throw up, people pass out at the theaters. There is actually you can actually look it up. There is a short film called The Cultural Impact. I think it's The Cultural Impact of The Exorcist. And they actually do interviews with people at the movie theaters and all of these long ass lines around the block to go see the movie only to come out after a few minutes throwing up and passing out, fainting. I mean, that was with The Exorcist because, yeah, the Exorcist was something else. I mean, that was like the OG, OG scary movie, granddaddy. That's the one that did it best back then. The thing with the Exorcist is that there is a new Exorcist that is about to come out, most likely during this month, and that actually has the star of the original one, the one that played the mom, the actress that played the mom in the original one. She's gonna be in this one, but it's gonna be about several girls, not one girl who is being possessed. No, it's gonna be about like several girls that are gonna be possessed at the same time, and so I
Oh,
don't know. I
Jesus
don't know
Christ.
how that how that's gonna work, but they are counting on the fact that they have the actress that played the mom in the original on this one, Ellen Burstyn. So I don't know. Hopefully they make it good. They make it work because there were a couple of sequels. I saw the third one. I haven't seen the first sequel. I have seen the second one, and it's not too bad. Not too bad. But there is this one that is about to come out. Yeah. And there is an Exorcist that is about Father Merrin when he was younger, and that one came out. I think it was in the 2000s. That is that one. If you haven't checked that out, it's okay. It's okay. People have forgotten about it. Nothing special. The actor that played the younger Father Merrin, he was good. He was good. But the movie overall itself, it's okay. No, nothing special. Nobody talks about it. But this Exorcist, I wonder. I wonder about it. I wonder if it's gonna work out.
Yeah, like they and did you see that they're remaking Scream too? They having Scream. Scream is with
Um.
all of the old actors from
Well,
Scream.
okay. Because recently there was the what Scream 5 or something, where they
Yeah,
have some of the a few of the actors from the original, plus kind of like the younger generation, the younger kids are gonna be the that were on the last one. But if
right.
they're kind of like rebooting the franchise, you mean?
Yeah. They actually. I saw the trailer.
Oh,
It's gonna be Nev Campbell and David Arquette and the other
oh,
people that
really?
was in there. Yeah, they come. Apparently, the guy, the Scream dude, is connected to somebody that they knew back in the day. I can't believe, man. It make me feel like a kid again watching that
Ah,
stuff. And but yeah, like so, I was definitely gonna do that stream. I thought that'll be interesting. That'll be
ah,
interesting to do. And I remember I went to go see it when it came out when they did the remake the first one. And I
I haven't
remember,
seen those. I
oh, you
haven't
haven't
seen
seen those?
because I have seen the original, which was kind of like a mini series for
Mhm.
television, and it was still okay. It was okay, even though it was nothing. It was just like a mini series. It was something that
Yeah,
was
that's the
kind
one
of
I saw.
developed for television, and I thought it was okay. So I guess I will have to check out the movie to see if they were able to do it better.
Excuse me, I just want to acknowledge that Kenshaw is in the chat. Good evening. Thank
Shout
you
out
very
to
much for
shout out
stopping
to
by.
K Shell. We just talking about I switched the combo over to horror movies, Kashel. I was gonna do a stream about that. And yeah, Irby, I'm with you too, bro. I did like Nev Campbell when I was a kid. I thought she was a cutie.
Ah, okay.
But
Well,
oh, go ahead, Jose. Sorry about
yeah,
that.
in the beginning of the stream, I show a video where a woman actually talking about that bathing was a trend that it was not necessary to do.
The what? Which one?
That bathing was a trend that it's not that you don't have to take a shower or a bath every day.
Okay, that's nasty.
Yeah,
Those are
yeah,
nasty ass
woman,
people, nasty asses stank. The people
yeah,
that will say that. I can't go on. I can't go on too long without a shower, but I just don't feel comfortable lying down in my bed
yeah.
without a shower because I just don't feel right. I have to
Well,
shower.
I mean, could
Mhm.
you okay, could you imagine what the cooch would smell like if you don't shower down there?
I don't
I
want to
don't want
imagine.
to.
It's
I
gonna
don't
be
want
so.
to. I can.
I
I
don't
can.
want to imagine. It's gonna be stank. It's gonna be
Yeah.
pungent as hell. So I mean,
So,
just
roll.
take a damn shower. God damn, it's
Yeah.
not too much to ask
Yeah.
now. Now we're trying. That's supposed to be social norm because it's a social norm. You don't want to do it because it's a social norm. Looking for an excuse for your stank ass not to shower.
Yeah.
You wanna be stink? You wanna be stinking around other people? That's That's just not nice.
No,
Yeah.
that's not cool at all. And then on top of it, maybe if I can imagine, I mean, roadkill, laying in the middle of the street in 98-degree weather. I'm pretty sure it's something similar to that. But
Mhm.
I wouldn't want to. Why would you want to do that, man? Like that just make me want to have a conversation. You know that conversation that like parents will have with their kids. Like, what would make you think this is okay? What would make you think this is okay? Here, just throw bars of soap, body wash, and bath and body
Okay.
works at it. Just here,
Um.
take all of that
Okay.
and just don't come out.
Ex-
Don't come out the shower until you
okay.
take care of that, please.
Excuse me. I'm gonna welcome our next guest.
Yeah.
I got a intro. What's up, guys? Thank you for letting
Oh,
me in the panel.
Good evening.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Hey, Michelle, what's going on?
I'm doing good, but why y'all trashing the ladies, talking about stinky boxes and booties? What's up, yo? Chill on the ladies, man.
I know.
Y'all get.
I think that was a video that Jose played earlier.
Oh, okay. My thing. Chill out, man. Don't be doing us like that.
Look, you know me for the last 4 or 5 years, whatever. I just call it as it is. I mean, if people want to go ahead and go on a shower strike, that's fine. Just stay away from me for the benefit of those of us that can still smell.
Okay,
I
but
ain't
what's the
gonna lie. As a
point?
kid, I was a dirty little girl. I never wanted to take showers. Like they have to make me get in the shower. Like you don't smell that. Like no, I don't smell nothing. Like you smell you. Like no, I don't smell nothing.
Okay, but Jose, you said a shower strike. You're talking about an actual shower strike or somebody
No,
who's acting
what
like
it's actually it's my actually what it is my turn because there was a person talking about, well, she doesn't need to take a shower every day.
stank.
Now, I mean, I feel like sometimes you really don't have to take a shower every day. Like, if you're not a super active person and you don't have a pH balance issue, if you don't have no sweat problems, you probably can skip it. But if you're a person that you sweat a lot, you're active, you're outgoing, socially, you work out and you do a lot of things and you sweat, you're gonna need to take a shower.
I mean, look, let me put it to you this way: you're out there every day, okay? Particularly when you get on the subway and you have to, deal with what's out there. You mean you tell me after coming in, you're not gonna bathe? Make it make sense, people.
It doesn't. It's not supposed to. It's not supposed to make sense. Yeah.
Like I feel like people can miss showers like in the winter time and the fall, but in the summertime, everybody should be taking multiple showers. Summer, spring, you should be taking multiple showers.
Yeah. 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 No, I mean it has to be really cold. But that's only happen. That only happens when I'm where I'm at. That only happens like 2-3 days out of the year. So the rest of the time I do have to keep myself clean because I just don't feel comfortable lying down if I haven't showered. Just lying down, I don't feel comfortable. So I have to get
Well,
to keep it clean. Being from humid, warm weather myself, you do have to be very conscious about hygiene because you can stink. Because of humidity. It's gonna make you stink, and you're gonna start stinking like an onion. So
Well, with C19, we're all more clean. We all take more showers and wash ourselves more, I think.
I mean, could you imagine what the cooch would smell like after a couple of days of not bathing?
Hey, yo, coochie comments, chill.
no, and the thing is that I have heard women themselves that said, it doesn't have to be clean because it is self-cleansing. I mean, like, get out of here with that.
That's true to an extent, but I mean, I think some people drag that. I really feel like it depends on what you were taught when you were growing up as a kid, your mother, your sisters, your dad, your aunt, your uncle, what you
Uh-huh.
was taught, because some of that, Some like just we go to work, you see people go to the bathroom and not wash their hands. It's like, all right, we're the same page. Why some people are not washing their hands after the stalls and some people are. Like we think that's self taught and it's sometimes really not.
Hmm.
Uh, let me just change the subject a little bit. Kishal, have you registered for delegate training yet?
No, I'm having a funky work situation. I'll talk to you about it offline, but no.
Okay, no problem, no problem. But look, basically tonight it's open discussion. So basically, we're just talking about things that are on my mind. Of course, tomorrow is my birthday, so
Oh, happy birthday in
Okay.
advance, Jose.
thank
Happy
you,
birthday. Happy birthday. We're gonna have to
thank
play
you.
you guys a live stream for your birthday.
Well, actually, I have nothing really planned for tomorrow. So basically, my real birthday celebration would be when I go away to Kansas City for an extended weekend.
Okay, that's what's up too. That's nice. It's always nice to go away on your birthday.
Yes, particularly when you get to spoil yourself and travel first class.
Yeah, I mean, even if it's not far away, even if it's locally, it don't have to be a island or a international flight. Sometimes any place outside of home is good enough.
Yeah, and actually, this is going to be the first time I'll be flying in 4 years.
Yeah, I haven't really been excited about the flying experience. I just feel like it's definitely overrated. I never caught the cheap C-19 prices when they were like $20, $40 flights, and I feel like the airlines are still overrated with how expensive the food is in the airport and how tight the seats are, and just how ratchet the experience be sometimes, depending if you got a cheap flight or an expensive flight or a cheap airline. So. I don't know. I'm always kind of weird about flying, but sometimes you got to do it. Some places just too far to drive.
Well, it can feel weird if you check out all of the TikTok videos about the difficult people and the Karens that get on the on the planes and they're entitled and they ruin the experience for everybody because sometimes there are some of these people that are difficult that they ruin the experience for everybody and they cause after everybody's already in their seats because one person wanted to be difficult and they had to deplane everybody and delay the plane so they can arrest somebody and yeah and it can happen on any carrier. It can happen on any airline. It's not only Spirit because we know the Spirit had the worst reputation, but it can happen on any airline carrier. So
Um,
Not
speaking,
to cut you off, I have flown on Frontier and it was a really cheap flight, but it was just so bootleg. And I had a return flight on Delta. Delta really got the nice, comfort you want. Like, I would never fly on Frontier again unless it was urgent. Like, I appreciate Delta's customer service, their snacks, their amenities, their videos, and everything you can do. I ain't have no food on Frontier. I ain't have no video. I ain't have no camera. It sucked.
well, actually, there was a video on TikTok that there was a flight from Atlanta to Barcelona, Spain, that they had to return because someone had a very bad case of diarrhea, and actually it spread throughout the entire
Lord have
event.
mercy.
yeah, they were already in the middle of the Atlantic and they had to go back. They had to go all the way back because of that. Because of he was a health hazard, and apparently in the destination they weren't gonna be dealing with that. So they had to in the middle of the Atlantic. They had to go all the way back to the states.
And then
I
think
mean,
about
Okay.
how little the toilet bowl is on the airplane. That toilet bowl is so little that everybody booty feel too big for it. It don't matter if you don't got no booty. Just trying to sit on it or arch over it is so uncomfortable. It's like you hope it ain't no turbulence when you in there.
Imagine my big ass. It's difficult. It's a contortioning feat to be able to fit in that little toilet when it's necessary because I do have a big ass. So there is effort that has to be put into
You gotta be a
that.
certain weight, can't be all wide because you can barely get through the doggone door. If you got a purse on or a bag on or a book bag, it's so narrow. It's like you gotta go backwards, turn 90 degrees, 45 degrees, sit down, bend, turn. It's like not even a human size. It's like a, a mini person size, like a
Yeah,
toy dog. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah,
yeah,
and let me tell you something. As a person that flew on coach, those seats are like like munchkin size, which is why I'll pay more money, but I want to be able to sit comfortably in the flight, particularly if I'm gonna be on a plane for like 3 hours or longer. So hey, I'll pay more so I can get the better service and I get to board the plane before everybody else and exit the plane before everybody else.
Yeah, it really makes sense. If you got it, it really makes sense to pay more. Like I know black people are cheap. Don't come for me, black community. I did not send for y'all, but we are cheap. We be looking for the $99 flight, the 59. We are so cheap. We really be searching for the cheapest flight. And then we get mad when we get things. We gotta pay extra for baggage, extra for this, extra for that. We want to curse out everybody, but if you got it, it's definitely good to plan in advance for a flight so you get a fair opportunity. But them last minute flight tickets you gotta pay what it's worth because you will do all that BS.
Well, actually, what I did was I used my Delta Sky Miles, so I had enough Delta Sky Miles to get first class airfare round trip.
Ooh, can we talk about the TSA agents though? Them TSA agents, they be on one. I don't know how
what
often
happened to
y'all fly.
you?
I don't fly that
What
often, but
what, hap-
I feel
what
like
happened to
they're
you?
rude. They're
Uh-huh.
very rude. They're very short tempered, very ill mannered. Always got an attitude, screw face. You know, they treat you like you're the school lunch line. Nags, pull out your stuff. You know, when we they all rough through your property and stuff. When we going through stuff and we mishandling stuff. Like I had a few of them like mishandle stuff and things were open when they put it back and spilled into my personal belongings. Through like certain parts of like the whole process of getting onto the plane. Like they be mad rude. Like I feel like if they think you look too cute or you too fly something, they wanna fuck your day up.
Well, you know what? My experience has been different. I mean, I have never come across anyone that's been rude, and I flew to 6 countries in my lifetime, plus domestic. So my experience has been different.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I had a few nice ones, but it's always that one. It's always that one that feel like they done work too much overtime. They ain't get enough cigarette breaks, or they done worked enough years. They ready to retire. That just look like you don't want to be on their line. You want to be on anybody's line but their line.
Yeah. Well, look, I mean, one thing to bear in mind is when you're dealing with the public, it's never easy. But you do have to have good people skills because you do have some Karens out there. And contrary to what people think, I'm not a Karen. I just want to be treated properly. That's all.
So I feel you. Have you guys ever took like the train anywhere, long distance, or the bus? Like I took the Amtrak, I mean the Metro North, and that experience, or the Amtrak, whatever. It was a little bit uncomfortable too. I think I'm just too big for these trains.
Actually, I've been fortunate. I've been on Amtrak, so I haven't had too many bad experiences on nor Metro North. So I've been fortunate.
Yeah,
Um,
I took a 9-hour flight from New York to Buffalo, and it wasn't as comfortable as I thought it was gonna be. I mean, a plane ride. I mean, train ride, not flight.
I've only been on
yeah.
one flight in my whole life, and that was when I went to Orlando, Florida. Other than that, I haven't even took any other planes.
I've never taken a cruise. I've never been on like a boat.
Okay. Well, you know what? I think part of part of it is how you approach it. I mean, if you approach it the right way, for the most part, it's going to be a positive experience. One thing I tend to do is when I get on a flight, I give myself plenty of time to get to the airport because sometimes the lines in check-in security they could be mad long. I mean,
Yeah, that's
really.
that TSA. That them lines be longer than everything else. You got to get there 2 hours early just to get in that line.
But one thing I noticed is that if you requested a wheelchair, you spend less time in check-in.
I noticed too when you go out of the country, it's even more. It's even more longer when you go through the whole security TSA because you gotta go through the customs. They want to pull out your stuff, go in your bag, open up stuff, see what's there. I remember I was leaving DR, come back to New York. I have more like conditioner, like Dominican liquor, like some paintings, some like some little artwork, whatever the case is. I got through customs, yo. I was crying. I was so mad that I just started crying. They ripped the paintings off the wood, off the landscape, talking about it could be bugs or wild insects that I could bring back to the U.S. or drugs in the painting. They opened up my conditioner. They had it all inside of my fucking luggage with my bras and bikinis and my shoes and my clothes. They didn't even close it right. It was such a horrible experience. Like I felt like, I don't know. I felt like I was just packaged. Like I just felt like they just handled me so wrong. Like they treated me like I was up to something. Like I looked like I had something on me. I'm like, yo, they went through everybody's bags like that, was just mine. Like I was so bad, like I was just crying mad in the airport, like going through the whole customs things. Like this is a bitch. Just got my passport. I got like maybe 4 or 5 stamps in here. I'm happy. I'm out here using my passport, going traveling, doing stuff. And that was my experience coming out of VR. I'm like, you know what? That was some BS.
Well, for my flight, I requesting wheelchair service, both coming in and going out and coming back. So that means I will have less time to spend on check-in. And plus, when you're traveling first class, it's called Delta Sky Priority. So there's like a shorter line for us.
Yeah, I definitely heard about people that fly a lot. There's something people that can buy, like a pass where you like skip all the extra lines and you get to cut like a lot of the long lines and get shorter lines. And some kind of additional pass you can get from most airlines where some kind of way you avoid the lines. I don't know if it's like how it works if you check in online or you have your stuff, you don't have a bag or whatever the case is, but I've heard a few people talking about that.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to start to wrap this up. I don't know if any of you guys can stay for the backstage. If you can't, I
Yeah,
understand.
I'll
I
stay in
can
the
do.
back a little bit.
Okay.
I can remain for a few.
I'll
Mhm.
try.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take closing remarks. So we're going to start with the lover of cold, who wants to be buried in snow, who thinks Orchard Beach is the most beautiful beach in the world, who does not believe that New York has a rat problem, who
I'll
wants
just
to be
show you.
who wants to be a member of the Golden Spirit, who wants to go to Times Square in shorts and sandals to watch the ball drop, who want to go to Coney Island on New Year's Day to swim in the ocean,
No.
who wants to be buried in snow, the
Mm-mm.
introvert Boricua.
No. Thank you, Jose. But no, I'm not trying to be buried in no stank snow with shit in it, and I'm not trying to dive and swim at so-called Orchard Beach, which is a puddle of mud. Yeah, I'm not trying to get into that muddy water. No, no. And that's what avoiding the those monsters that you call mousies, those rats. I already show you. I already showed it. Don't make me show Kichel because I got
Actually, I think they were taken from another city.
no, that was in no other city. I'll show her when we're backstage. If she remains, I'll show her and Rakim if you allow it.
I
But
will. I
first of
will.
all, I wanted to say I appreciate you letting me be on your panel. I wanted to show you some support. You were talking about that it was your birthday, so that's why I came up and happy birthday again. And this was a good stream. And I know that I came in a little later, But I mean, it was short and sweet. So I appreciate you letting me be on your panel, and I'll stand by. And that's all I got. Thanks for having me.
Okay, thank you. And I just want to encourage everyone to please subscribe to the Intro of Boricua and check out his content. So thank you very much. I'm going to put you in the backstage. Now we're going to hear from my cyber son, the 18th letter. Your final remarks.
Oh, I just wanted to say thank you once again, Jose, for allowing me up on your platform. I appreciate it. It was definitely a good stream, open discussions, just being able to chop it up about, whatever that's trending at the time or whatever topic that we want to discuss. And I just appreciate you letting me up. So thank you once again.
Okay, and I just want to encourage everyone, if you have not done so, please subscribe to the 18th letter and check out his content. Thank you very much, Rakim. So I'm going to put you in the backstage.
Okay.
And now my union sister, Keisha, your
Hey,
final remarks.
well, thank you for letting me up. I know I was super late. I was like talking about something that I was discussing in the backstage. I was doing some research on something, but I'm like, oh, let me see what Jose's talking about. So, thank you for letting me up. Definitely a good stream. Sorry I was late, but shout out to everyone who subscribed to your channel, everyone subscribed to Jose's channel, and thank you for letting me be a part. Look over to the backstage.
Well, thank you very much. And I, of course, want to encourage everyone, if you have not done so, please subscribe to One and FaceTime and check out her content. Thank you very much for stopping by. And I'm going to put you in the backstage.
Okay.
Oops. Okay. So, okay. Okay. Let's do this.
Hey, I'm back.
Okay. Oh boy, my computer's acting up. Okay. Now, okay. Now oh dear Lord. Okay. Now I'm going to give you my final thoughts. I think it was a good stream. And again, with open discussion, we talk about many things that are on my mind. And, the whole point is to provide a forum when people can express their views as long as they're being mutually respectable. I just want to give a huge shout out to everyone who will be on the chat, and of course, everyone who appear on the panel. And also, thank you, Kesha. Also to those who watch from the clouds and even the haters who hate watch. So my next stream will be on Tuesday at I think 8:30. I'm going to be talking about pregnancy, paternity scams. So I'm going to be talking about some of the things that people try to do to scam people from their money. And it's not meant to be an attack against women. It's just unfortunately there are some people who there's some people who make it bad for other women. So and unfortunately we have to acknowledge there are some dishonest women just like there's some dishonest men. So with that being said, of course, I'm going to close the same way that I always close. We must do everything possible to minimize our content with the mentally and intellectually challenged, because if we fail to do so, we'll be affected by the stupidity and massive insanity. This has been another episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. Wishing you all a good night, take care, and peace.